Good evening. May I remove my mask?
Yes, you can.
I've had 3 COVID shots, so I think I should be okay. I'm here tonight on behalf of a family member. I live here in Patterson. I grew up here, went to school here, and so have my children. I've been the guardian of my nephew, Tavoris Carter, who is now 26 since he was 7 years old, and my mother passed. He lives with me. He's gone to school here, graduating from Panther Academy. He attended William Patterson, and he was an athlete. He played football, he ran indoor and outdoor track, and from the age of 15, he was a lifeguard, and that's a job he currently has. For the past several years, well, he took the firefighter's exam twice. He passed it twice. He passed the physical twice. The first time he was number 3 in time for the day. The last time he was number 1. He is, he's a good young man. Has not been in any trouble. Has been employed steadily since he was 15. And I think he is eminently qualified to be a firefighter. We went through the entire hiring process, and he did very well until we came to the psychological.
Yeah.
I raised this young man.
Let me stand up with you, my sister.
This young man, when I read the psychological, I didn't recognize who that was. He was painted as a deviant, as someone who was untrustworthy, who was not qualified to serve in a position of responsibility at all. And this young man has been responsible for other people's lives as a lifeguard since he was 15 years old. I found out that we had the right to appeal, and I spent thousands of dollars hiring a lawyer to prepare the appeal, paying for the new psychological test, and when we got before the commission, Civil Service Commission, they denied him the list that he was on that was certified, but said that he could apply and take the test again next August. However, he's already passed it. I began to question the reasons that they cited were that he had a street cleaning parking ticket in 2020 after his application, and something about his financial aid. Now, his financial aid money was returned last year in the pandemic, and I looked at his credit report. It doesn't show up at all. Now, that bothered me, and I started to look into the psychologist, and I started asking questions, and I was told that there were no black psychologists who were serving on the Civil Service Commission, and that they couldn't find any who were willing. I have a resume here for Dr. Curtis Branch, who is a black psychologist, who is eminently qualified, and who served as the person doing the psychological assessments for the city of Denver, Colorado for 14 years. And I spoke to him today, and he is more than willing to serve, to conduct these psychologicals. As for the parking and the tickets.
Ma'am, I'm just going to ask you to wrap up your time.
I am.
Okay.
But thank you. I have a problem with the fact that last night I got a phone call from someone who said that while my nephew was disqualified, the fire chief's godson was given that job. My question to you as a city council is, first, how many other young men of color in this city have been disqualified and don't have the resources to appeal? how many members serving on our fire, police, and in our Board of Education are related to other people serving in those departments? Because over years and years, I worked for the Board of Education. I applied for my job 4 times before I got it. I know too many young people who go away to college, get qualified, come back, and can't get hired here. And I refuse to believe that in a city of almost 200,000 people, that we can't find young men and women of color with the character and the background necessary to work here in our city, where they live, where they were educated, where their parents may be homeowners and taxpayers, as am I. I refuse to believe that we have to go to Pequannock and Wanacue and Wayne to find people to protect our streets and our homes and educate our children. And I would like to ask you as a council to investigate and provide data on how many young people of color take these tests and are disqualified at the last minute, who go through the entire hiring process. Now, his driving record, he's got a lot of tickets, but anyone who is a young man of color in this city knows that you will be stopped because they're looking for guns and drugs, and when they don't find any, you get a ticket. However trivial, but it adds up. And if you don't have ready money, you may have your license suspended. And that takes some more money to rectify. And if you are serving on these panels that appoint or assess these young people, what is your experience in living in an urban area? Do you know how hard it is to find a park in some parts of our city? How you might have to walk 2 or 3 blocks in the dark from your car to your door? How many streets in this city, handicap parking signs line the block so everybody can save their park? But outside of that, I would be very interested to see that data, and as a homeowner and a taxpayer here in this city, I ask you to come forward to our city and see if you can rectify this situation, because I think our children deserve a shot at serving and protecting the city that they live in, that they were educated in. And I do have Dr. Branch's resume, if you would like to take it.
Give it to
Thank you.
Thank you very much.